12 things that no longer make sense after 70. From one wise woman to another. Turning 70 isn't the end of the road. It's the beginning of a new, deeper chapter in life. And here's the thing. What once made sense in our 30s, 40s, or even 60s doesn't always fit where we are today. Life changes. So do we. Some habits, expectations, and even relationships that we used to hold dear, they start to feel like old shoes, once beloved, now just uncomfortable. So today, I'm sharing 12 things that simply no longer make sense for women like us, those who have crossed that magnificent 70-year milestone. And stick with me. The last one might just change the way you see yourself entirely. 1. Chasing beauty instead of living it. Let me tell you something straight from the heart. Beauty isn't a number on a scale. It's not the brand of lipstick you wear, and it certainly isn't the absence of wrinkles. For years, we were sold the idea that beauty equals youth, that we had to erase every sign of aging to stay worthy in the eyes of society. Creams, surgeries, dyes, promises in tiny glass jars, all telling us we needed to be fixed. But at 70, beauty isn't something you buy or chase. It's something you radiate. It's the sparkle in your eyes when your grandchild runs into your arms. It's the warmth of your laugh when you hear a story you've heard 100 times but still love. Those laugh lines? They're proof. Proof of joy, of sorrow survived, of life lived. They're not flaws, they're legacy. So instead of investing hundreds into anti-aging treatments, I say we invest in experiences. Buy that plane ticket. Sign up for that painting class. Treat yourself to something that feeds your soul. From this point on, beauty is not something to reclaim, it's something we carry inside. Let's stop chasing it and start living it. 2. Holding on to clutter that no longer serves us. The more years pass, the more I've come to understand that physical clutter creates mental clutter. Every closet crammed with unused coats, every drawer filled with trinkets long forgotten, these things don't just take up space in our homes, they take up space in our minds. For years, I kept clothes I swore I'd fit into again, gifts I never used because I felt too guilty to part with them, even stacks of outdated magazines. And do you know what all that did? Weighed me down, emotionally and physically. Now I see decluttering not as losing things, but gaining space. Space to move, space to think, space for peace. Start small, one drawer, one cabinet. Ask yourself, does this item bring me joy or serve a purpose? If not, thank it for its time and let it go. You'll feel 10 pounds lighter without ever stepping on a scale. 3. Fighting battles that aren't ours to win. Let's be honest, we're nurturers, peacemakers, warriors of the home. But after 70, it's time to be choosy about where we spend our emotional energy. I used to jump into family arguments just to keep the peace. I thought I was helping. I thought I was protecting. But often I ended up caught in the middle, exhausted and resented. Your grown children arguing over who hosts Thanksgiving? That's not your storm to weather. Feuding neighbors or decades-old grudges? Not worth the toll. The truth is, not every fire needs our water. Sometimes the strongest move is silence. Sometimes peace comes from letting go. We've earned the right to choose serenity over struggle. 4. Saying yes when we mean no. At one point, my calendar was so full I had to pencil in breathing room, birthdays, church events, teas, book clubs, volunteer work. I thought being busy meant being alive, but I was wrong. There was a Sunday I used to treasure. Soft music playing, tea steeping beside my journal, quiet peace. One day I gave it up for a fundraiser I didn't even care about, and I felt something inside me dim. That was my wake-up call. Now, before I commit to anything, I ask, will this bring me joy? Do I have the energy for it? If not, I lovingly say no. And guess what? People understand. They felt it too. My time is mine now. My calendar reflects purpose, not pressure. 5. Striving for perfection instead of presence. Oh, perfection. How we chased you. The spotless home, the perfect roast, the outfit with matching accessories. But who did that truly serve? I remember one Thanksgiving where I nearly drove myself to tears over centerpiece placements and perfectly crisp linens. No one noticed, but they did notice I wasn't fully there. I had traded presence for presentation, and it wasn't worth it. Now, if my table has mismatched napkins but hearty laughter, I call it a success. If my living room has dust but my heart feels full, that's what matters. We don't need to be perfect hosts, we need to be present ones. 6. Ignoring our health until it screams at us. I used to brush off my aches, the knee twinges, the sore shoulder. I told myself it's just aging. But aging doesn't mean giving up, it means paying attention. One day, I couldn't climb the stairs without wincing. That visit to the doctor revealed what I'd been ignoring. Early intervention could have saved me years of pain. Since then, I stretch daily, just 10 minutes. I prep simple meals on Sundays to avoid grabbing junk. And I don't skip doctor visits, even when I feel fine. Nothing is more inconvenient than poor health. So take care of your body like it's your oldest and dearest friend. Because in truth, it is. 7. Clinging to relationships that drain us. Not every relationship is meant to last forever. But many of us hold on out of guilt, habit, or fear. I had a friend, let's call her Linda. We'd known each other over 30 years, but every conversation left me drained, complaining, criticizing, always negative. Still, I stayed because 30 years felt like too much to throw away. But one day I realized, time is no longer infinite. Every moment spent with someone who dims your light is a moment stolen from joy. I let Linda go, with love, but also with relief. Now I invest in people who lift me up, who make me laugh, who remind me that connection should fill you, not deplete you. 8. Believing we're too old to try something new. There's this stubborn myth that life after 70 is for winding down, but I say it's for lighting up. This is our time to rediscover the things we never got to do before. I signed up for a painting class, not because I thought I'd be good at it, but because I was curious. And let me tell you, I was gloriously mediocre and blissfully happy. I've since started gardening, joined a choir, even learned to journal again. You're never too old to feel like a beginner. You deserve passions that stir your soul, even if you're still learning how to hold the brush. 9. Avoiding technology. Out of fear, technology can be intimidating, I won't deny it. For a long time, I thought it just wasn't for me. But my granddaughter changed all that with one afternoon and a tablet. Now I video call loved ones. I find recipes online. I take free classes from my recliner. I even watch gardening tutorials on YouTube. There's a whole world waiting on the other side of a touchscreen. We just have to be brave enough to tap. So ask someone to show you how. Start small. You don't need to be tech savvy. You just need to be open. 10. Letting other people's opinions rule our lives. When I was younger, I obsessed over what people thought. My clothes, my choices, my opinions. I edited myself constantly. But now, I wear the floral dress, even if it's too loud. I speak my truth, even if it ruffles feathers. Here's what I've learned. No matter what you do, someone will have something to say. That's their business, not yours. At 70, you've earned the right to live for yourself, to dress with flair, to be bold and beautiful in your own way. 11. Neglecting financial clarity. Money is a sensitive topic, but avoiding it is costly. Whether you have a little or a lot, not knowing where your finances stand creates unnecessary stress. I've seen friends panic over medical bills because they never planned for them. I've seen others hoard their savings out of fear and never enjoy life. I decided to sit down with a financial advisor. We discussed my expenses, my goals, and even what legacy I wanted to leave behind. It gave me peace, clarity, confidence. It's never too late to make a plan, and the peace of mind is worth every second. 12. Fearing the mirror. Instead of embracing the story. Aging is not a curse, it's a privilege. Every wrinkle on your face is a page in your life story. For years I hid my age, I fretted over my graying hair. But now, I celebrate every strand of silver, every laugh line, every candle on my cake. Aging doesn't mean fading away. It means becoming who you were always meant to be. You're not losing your youth. You're gaining wisdom, grace, perspective. Life after 70 isn't about surviving, it's about thriving. Thank you for spending this time with me today. If even one of these reflections spoke to your heart, I'd love to hear your story in the comments. Give this message a share, send it to a friend, or simply hold it in your heart as a reminder. Life after 70 is full of richness, depth, and radiant joy. And don't forget, if you'd like more conversations like this, stories filled with truth, laughter, and sisterhood, subscribe to the channel and join my Second Wind Living newsletter. You'll find the link in the description below. Until next time, be bold, be kind, and never forget, the best chapter is still being written.